Good evening, everybody, and welcome again to the Fortune Eagles Screen Share webinar. My name is Greg Forbes. I'll be your host. We hope you guys had a wonderful week. There's been some very positive things going on. We have some really great announcements for you guys. We'll get in that in a moment. We hope that you guys, again, saw the video of the week because this is what we're really up against. You know, we're really up against two laws that are actually ruling this country, and unfortunately, the maritime law is the one that's really controlling the world, and not, common law where the people are in control. And that's what we're trying to do now, get back to the people being in control of their own sovereignty. And that's what the Fortune Eagles platform is about, trying to help people get back to that which the forefathers of this country actually wanted it to be when they said, we the people. So with that being said, I'd like to open up the floor to Brian Frazier. I know he has a couple of really great announcements for us. So Brian, you have this floor.
All right. Appreciate it. Thank you. I'd like to welcome everybody to the 14 Eagles Thursday night call. I'm glad that you all that made it could make it. Again, this call will be recorded, so if anybody that you know that may have missed having a chance to come to hear us live, you can send them the recording when it comes out. Okay, we want to make sure that everybody gets a chance to see what 14 Eagles is all about. A lot of times it's not what people think, and so we want to make sure that people get a clear perception of what we're all about and what we're doing here. Before we get started, as always, I just want to give a quick update in reference to the 14 Eagles platform. Everything has been working pretty smoothly with the platform. People are navigating their way pretty good. We haven't had too many glitches, which is always good, and it's just going to get better and better. We do encourage people, when you do send your gifts through Cash App, to always try to send a message with your gift in the for section of the Cash App transaction, to put your username when you're sending a gift. It is always a good practice to put your username when you're sending a gift, so therefore the person that's receiving that gift, they can see your username, so when they go in the back office to confirm you, they can look at the username and just automatically confirm the right person, just in case they have multiple gifts that they have to confirm. If you are receiving your gift, okay, you want to make sure that you receive your gift from your Cash App. Always reply from the Cash App with a thumbs up. Okay, if you don't know how to do it, just whenever you if you're on your phone, you should get a little message, a little $ message. You click on that $ message, and you can hit reply, and it'll give you little emojis that you can reply with. And we always use the thumbs up emoji to let the person know that we did receive the gift. And then, but that won't be all, because now you have to go into your back office and go into the gifting section, gift management section, and click on confirm gift. And you want to go next to that person's username and click on the confirm button. That is very, very important. Click on the confirm button. So when you click the confirm button that you received the gift, then that allows that person to get into their nest. So now they can start receiving gifts and start inviting their friends and family to come into the community and start in the gifting process. All right, so that's going to be very important to do that when you receive your gift. All right, so yes, respond to the Cash App, but also go into your back office and confirm that you received your gift. All right, and what's coming, we have the developers, they should be coming up with an email that will be going out, so the people that have sent the gifts, email will come to you whenever the confirm button has been, whenever a person has clicked the confirm button, an email will be generated to go to you to let you know that that person confirmed you. So hopefully we'll have that in there pretty soon. So therefore, when anybody that sends a gift, you'll know when you've been confirmed. So that way, when you receive 3 confirmed emails from the 3 people that you sent the gift to, then you'll know that you're in your back office, and now you can go and or at least you'll know that you're in your gift. You received, all your gifts have been received, I should say, and now you can go into your nest and check your nest out. All right, in the nest section. All right. So now, for those of you that are new, or anyone that's looking at this recording for the first time, we always like to tell you what 14 Eagles is all about, what the concept of 14 Eagles is, and why 14 Eagles is here. Because I think a lot of times people get confused about what we do here at 14 Eagles. And a lot of times, you know, people tend to think that it's just a gifting platform, okay? But yes, we are a gifting platform, but we're not just a gifting platform. And so that's why we like to go over the concept of what we are, who we are, and why we do what we do. All right, because I think that's very important for people to understand when they get involved. But before we get into that, the one thing that we always like to go over, because you know we feel that it's very important that people don't get the misconception or get the wrong idea about what we do. You know, people have preconceived notions about programs like this or programs similar to this, and so we like to dispel those myths and those misconceptions right away, right off the bat, because we don't want people to get confused, and especially when you go out and you're talking to people in reference to 14 Eagles and what we do. And so one of the things we like to get out the way is the pyramid scheme. You know, anytime that you bringing people into a program by way of inviting people or quote unquote recruiting people, the first thing that comes to mind is that, oh, that must be one of those pyramid things. And you know, a lot of times, I have to admit, a lot of times it's not the person's fault. You know, it's just that they have been conditioned to think that way, you know, because of past experience maybe, or what someone else has conveyed to them about programs where you have to bring people in. And more specifically in the network marketing industry. You know, it's a lot of network marketing companies out there today, more than ever before. And there's a reason for that, because, you know, a lot of people are looking for alternatives to bringing in income and building up their finances. So they go to different things in the networking industry, because that's one of the industries where people can make a way and get into the business world without having to shell out a whole bunch of money. And so a lot of people gravitate to the networking industry. But in doing so, because of some of the type of companies out there and some of the people that are involved in the networking industry, it has developed somewhat of a bad reputation sometimes. And people get to thinking that it's more of a pyramid scheme than anything else, than what it really is. And so, you know, they get in their minds that anytime that you have to bring someone in or recruit someone, it must be some type of pyramid. Well, we want to try to distill that myth right now, give you the definition of a pyramid. This is not a full definition of a pyramid scheme, but it's a shortened version. You can always Google pyramid scheme and you can get the full version of what a pyramid scheme really is. But we like to just go over this real briefly, just so you'll know, especially if you're new to this, if you're new to the concept of what we do, and if you're new to network marketing, you'll know that it is not a pyramid and what a real pyramid scheme is. And the definition, the shortened definition that I have here, it says a pyramid scheme. A pyramid scheme is a fraudulent system of making money based on recruiting an ever-increasing number of investors. And the key word there is investors. The initial promoters recruit investors who in turn recruit more investors and so on. The scheme is called a pyramid because at each level the number of investors increase. Now, as I said before, the key word here, and that's why it's in red, is investors. To have a really true pyramid scheme, you're talking about investors, okay? Investors, people that take their money and they put it into a program to invest it to get a rate of return on their money, all right? So, you know, most investments you have to deal with is dealing in the SEC. The SEC regulates all the investment programs in the country. And so when you're dealing in a pyramid scheme, you're dealing in it as an investor to invest your money, but it's not regulated by the SEC. So putting your money into a pyramid, a true pyramid scheme, it normally is labeled as a money game, where the investors who come into the pyramid scheme, the first investors, they get paid out by the last investors that come into the scheme. So whoever controls the platform in the pyramid scheme, they take in all the money and they make it appear that they're investing your money in whatever they're investing it in. They say they investing it in, and then in anyone that came in after the first investors, they take their money and they break it down and they dull it out to the first people that came in. So there's really no investing going on at all. Okay, it's just people taking your money and then taking parts of that money and giving it to other people to make it seem as though they made money on their money. That is a pyramid scheme. And there's been many a pyramid schemes out here. Many. And, Madoff is the one that comes to mind, who is one of the biggest pyramid schemes out there. And so a lot of people lost a lot of money in that pyramid scheme. Millions and millions of dollars was lost. And there's other pyramid schemes that came behind that were even bigger than the Madoff pyramid scheme. So they're out there. So there is reason to be cautious of pyramid schemes. All right? So that's why we wanted to make sure that you understood what a pyramid scheme really is. And don't get it confused with some network marketing company or a platform such as 14 Eagles, which is just a gifting platform. Right? So we want people to understand that. We don't want you to get hung up on that when you hear about people, wanting to bring you in or invite you in or to recruit you in to a platform or a program. There are not always pyramid schemes. Now, we do have pyramid structures, and a lot of times that's what people get stuck in their minds about a pyramid structure. And we have gone over pyramid structures as well, because most people don't realize that the very jobs in the corporate world that they work in is a pyramid structure as well. Right? And so, but they don't really, really understand that part of it. And so we have broken that down too. And so you can go back to our past videos on our YouTube page. Our YouTube channel, rather, I should say, is 14 Eagles Den. You can go on YouTube and you can look at our past webinars where we've went over the pyramid structure as it relates to the corporate jobs and network marketing, and you could see the difference between the two. There's a vast difference between the two. So you definitely want to get educated in that area, all right? Because I assure you, 14 Eagles is not a pyramid scheme, all right? And so, thus, we are going to go into what 14 Eagles really is and our concept and why we're here, okay? What we do want to show you real quick is that we do have a video presentation of the 14 Eagles platform. And we encourage you to go to the 14 Eagles community website, which is located at www.14eaglesden.com. And we encourage you to watch the 14 Eagles video. It's only about a little under 8 minutes, probably 7 minutes and some change. And it'll go over the whole platform of how 14 Eagles platform works. So therefore, you can see the structure and how it works. And then once you see the video, then we have the instructions on how to sign up and get started in the gifting process that 14 Eagles has. So if you come here and you follow these steps right here, you shouldn't have any problem at all going through the process of getting into the 14 Eagles platform and sending and receiving gifts. So we really encourage you to go here and check out these steps. All right. If you follow these steps exactly the way that it is, you shouldn't have any problems at all. And most people have been doing very, very well with the process. It's very easy and very simple to do. So we're really pleased that people have really taken to it and have really been able to maneuver through. Now, what is 14 Eagles? Well, what I like to do is I like to always go to our homepage and on the site where everybody can read the welcome that we have on the 14 Eagles site. I always go over this because this really gives you a bird's eye view of the concept of 14 Eagles and what we're all about. And it says it very succinctly. And so if you really read this, and you may have to, you may read it more than once just to get the full scope of it. But I think it's very, self-explanatory and straight to the point. So I like to always go over this real quick. 14 Eagles is a platform that provides like-minded people from all walks of life the opportunity to help one another. 14 Eagles is not a business. It's not a corporation. It's not a network marketing organization. Rather, it's a private, invitation-only global community of people who believe in the principle that by helping others, in that process, we help ourselves. That's the premise of 14 Eagles. As we give, so shall we receive. 14 Eagles currently uses a unique online gifting platform that allows members to come together for mutual interest, commitment, and prosperity. 14 Eagles has taken a concept that is actually thousands of years old, giving, sharing, and accepting, and merged it with modern-day technology to create a virtual community. A community that has developed its own economy of peer-to-peer giving and sharing, which provides economic stability to become self-sufficient and self-sustaining. 14 Eagles community is a bridge used to move people from a debt-based system formed on selling, buying, and taking to a collaborative-based system formed on giving, sharing, and accepting. The virtual community creates a paradigm shift in consciousness that inspires people to work together and garners love and harmony on a whole new spiritual level. There's a universal law, that's God's law. Whatever you give out into the universe, you will get back in abundance. If you are someone that has a heart for giving and genuinely like helping people, then get with the individual who referred you to 14 Eagles community and let them know you want to be a part of this growing movement to change the world into the place it was meant to be. To register for the 14 Eagles community is free, but to send and receive gifts through the platform, you will need to get a Cash App and OG Pay accounts. Get with the member that invited you to walk through that process. So that's 14 Eagles in a nutshell. Very succinct, very simple, and our concept is all about community. Excuse me. We're here to build a virtual community. Yes, we do have a gifting platform, a platform where people can give $2 gifts to 3 people to start the process and work their way all the way up to a $250 gifts to 3 people. All right? And it can become very lucrative, okay, in doing that. But the platform is designed for people to help each other monetarily. That's what it's designed for. See, understand, this is not a business. It's not a corporation. It's not multi-level marketing. It's not any of those things. It's just a platform where people can help each other financially. And boy, do we need it in these days and time, where people can help one another. You know, it's no different than having a birthday party and people bringing you gifts for your birthday party. It just so happened that these gifts happen to be monetary money. So, gift is a gift. We're not looking for anything in return for that gift. That gift that we give through this process is a gift of love, a gift to help someone. All right? That's what it's all about. We're not looking for anything in return. And so we use the universal principle in giving here. That's what we're trying to garner. That's what we're trying to achieve, is the universal principle. Whatever you give out into the universe, you get back tenfold in abundance. So in keeping with that concept, we feel like if we get involved with this platform, we give in a monetary way, it'll come back to us in abundance. It puts us in a position to be able to receive from others that's in the same process. All of us need help in some way. Just about everything that we do is a financial decision. You know, we go about our lives based on our finances. You know, and it's sad to say, we can't do everything that we want to do. Why? Because we don't always have the funds to be able to do it. And that's sad. That's a sad thing. You know, and it's become a way of life. Well, here at 14 Eagles, we're trying to change that. And the only way that we can change that is we have to change the way that we think. We have to expand our consciousness. All right? Because that is not, you know, the way that we go about our financial lives in this monetary system. This doesn't have to be a normal thing that we do. See, if we want things to change, we have to do it ourselves. We can't wait for someone else to come and try to change it for us. We have to be proactive and do it ourselves. And that means that we can't do it alone. We have to come together to be able to do it. Because the more that we come together, the more strength we have. That's like when you take your hand and you put it up in front of you with your fingers, with your hand open and your fingers spread apart. Okay? There's not much you can do to fight the system with your hand wide open. But if you put your fingers together and ball them up, together they become a forceful entity. And that's what we are. We can become a forceful entity if we come together. And then we can dictate what we want done for our communities and for our families, instead of somebody else dictating to us what needs to be done. So that's why we feel it's very important to have a community, to bring people together in a community. Well, we just so happen to do it in a virtual community. All right? We're doing it online. Why are we doing it online? Because we can reach more people online. We can reach more people on the internet in a virtual world. All right? Because technology has allowed us to do that. See, if the technology is here, we should be able to use it to our advantage. And so that's what we decided to do here with 14 Eagles. We decided to use the technology to our advantage and bring people together. Because bringing people together is the only way we're going to defeat poverty, debt, okay, hunger, homelessness, not just in this country, but all around the world. And seeing if we come together in our own virtual community, then guess what? The money will follow. Money won't be an issue if we can build up our community, our virtual community. And if we bring in enough money into our virtual community where everyone can take part in the advancement of our virtual community, then we can take whatever we bring to the virtual community and take it out into the real world and affect change. That's what the concept of 14 Eagles is all about. It's not all about the money. It's about people coming together, putting our minds and our heads together, working together as one unit, going in the same direction to go out and help each other, to help people that can't help themselves. That's what it's all about. You know, we have the GoFundMes and the other crowdfunding opportunities out there, and all of those are great and they're good, but they won't achieve anything if people don't come together and use it. And so that's the key. And so if we can change people's minds, if we can enhance their consciousness about what's going on around us, then that's the name of the game, because everything else will follow. Everything else will follow. So what we do in our virtual community, because here in our virtual community we can do whatever we want to do, and our whole concept is to try to help and try to do for one another. And so it's hard not to have it's hard to have a community and not have businesses involved in the community. So, you know, we really encourage businesses to come to 14 Eagles. You know, it makes no sense to have a community and don't have businesses. And then plus, we don't want to alienate businesses, because 14 Eagles is not a business. So we're not trying to compete with anyone. All right? There's no competition here. We encourage businesses. We encourage you to bring your business, any type of business, no matter what it is. It can be a brick and mortar business. It could be a store. It could be a lawn cutting service, a barber shop, a beauty shop. Doesn't matter. Bring it to the community. Because, see, our goal here at 14 Eagles is to be able to go not just nationwide, but worldwide. We're going to the world with 14 Eagles. And so if we have a site to where people can advertise their business, then you may see something that's in your community that you can utilize, that you can go to. So we encourage people to advertise their business on our site. So when we do get enough businesses on our site, we can create a directory that will cover the country, cover the world. So no matter where you are in the world, you can come to the 14 Eagles site and go through the directory and see what you want to take part into. Does that make sense? I hope it does. See, we're trying to include everybody because we're a virtual community. See, don't get hung up on the platform, on the gifting platform. We don't want people to get hung up on that. Yes, it's a necessary thing. Yes, because we need financial help. But the main key is to build a community. And see, you with businesses out there, if you have a business, why not advertise to the business? To the community. All right? Because the community is helping each other financially. So now if they're helping each other financially, now they have monies to take part in whatever goods and services that you may have. See, we're a true community. See, it's always, I read years ago that if you take $1 and you put that dollar in a community, and that dollar circulates within that community, and everyone in that community touches that dollar 7 times in that community becomes inherently wealthy. That's an economic fact. And see, one of the problems in the real world is that in our communities, our dollars always leave the community. it never circulates within the community. In any community where the money does not circulate within that community, it's always leaving out, that community becomes destitute. It becomes downtrodden. It's always the lack of. Well, see, in our community, in our virtual community, we're getting rid of the lack of. We're trying to build up. We're going to show you how to build up your finances. And so we need businesses to be able to do that. Okay? Now, here's the thing with businesses. If you bring business to the 14 Eagles community, yes, we want you to be involved in the community, first of all. So you get into the community. And when you get into the community and you get to advertise your business on the site, now you have the best of both worlds. Because now you're in the community where you're receiving gifts and contributions from one another, but you also get to advertise your business and sell your goods and services. Now here's the kicker. You get to not only receive good gifts and contributions, but now you're receiving monies from the products that you sell through your goods and services. And you get to help build that community that you're selling to. Now, where has that ever happened before? So you understand what we're trying to do here. I hope you're getting the full concept of where I'm going with this. This is what we're all about. And so if you have a business, it's probably, and not all the time, but most likely, if you do it right, you'll receive more by way of gifts and contributions than you sell goods and services. Now that's a switch, right? Because most people spend more money on advertising than anything else. That's their biggest expense in business, is trying to advertise. But being a part of our community, you have an opportunity to receive more by way of gifts and contributions than what you can sell your gifts and your product and services. So I think that's a powerful concept. But it gets better than that. Because see, we have partnered with another company, another platform called FundMe 24/7. And the reason why we've come together with FundMe 24/7 is because FundMe 24/7 mirrors what we do here in 14 Eagles. Their concept is almost identical. They just have a different platform. Well, there's no need for us to compete with one another. We might as well work together, right? We're going in the same direction, and we're trying to do the same thing for the people. So it just made sense for us to come together and work together. And so that's what we did. We came together. And FundMe 24/7, they have a contribution concept dealing in crowdfunding. Crowdfunding is the new thing now. It was brought into law by President Obama in 2012, called the Jobs Act. And it opened the way for everybody to be able to raise money through their own crowd. Most people look at the GoFundMes and the programs such as GoFundMe, just like GoFundMes, to help people raise money for different types of needs. But nobody looks at the individual. Everybody needs to raise money. You may not be out on the street, your house may not have burnt down, but you have some type of financial obligation that you're struggling with. So with that law being put into place, it allowed anyone to be able to raise money for whatever they needed to raise money for. And so FundMe 24/7 has taken that concept and disrupted the crowdfunding industry. It's a crowdfunding industry that is over $25 billion deep now, and is projected to go to $300 billion here in the next few years. So there are people out here trying to help. But Fund Me 24/7 has changed the game, because now you and I can raise funds for whatever we need to raise funds for. For like, maybe you want to send your kids to college, so you create a college fund for them. Well, that's a project that you can raise funds for. Maybe you went to college and you racked up a lot of college debt, student loan debts. Well, guess what? That's a project that you can raise funds for. Maybe you got a hole in your roof and you need to get it fixed, and you can't get a loan because your credit is bad. Well, guess what? That's a project that you can raise funds for. Anything that you need to raise funds for, you can do it in Fund Me 24/7. And we have a very unique way to do it. Through growing your own crowd, by building a community. See how so similar that is to 14 Eagles? So what we do here, since we're partnered with Fund Me 24/7, we've put them on the 14 Eagles community site as well, because they have a presentation that will show you just how their works and how you can raise money through Fund Me 24/7. And you can come right here and you can look at the presentation. It's a powerful thing. Powerful. And not only do they have the concept of helping you to raise contributions for your project, but they also have another part of the program called Feed Me 24/7 that helps you to build your crowd. Powerful. So understand, we have everything that you need in our community. Everything that you need to help you financially, spiritually, okay? It's right here in our own virtual community. We have what we need. And now, to top it all off, we have partnered with another company, and I'm really loving this, because this just brings everything together, called Acquisition Alliance School of Prosperity. Acquisition Alliance has really changed the game for us, because now not only can we build our community, help our community grow, but now it can even help the businesses expand their business. All right? It has made everything inclusive. It's kind of like the glue that binds everything. And so we encourage you, we really encourage you to take a look at Acquisition Alliance along with 14 Eagles and Fund Me 24/7 in our community. Because now you don't have to worry about how you're going to get people into the community or on your teams or in your crowd. Acquisition Alliance is a school that will show you how to market whatever you want to market, a business, the 14 Eagles platform, Fund Me 24/7 platform, whatever it is you're trying to get out to the masses. Acquisition Alliance will train you on how to do that. And not only will they train you on how to do that, they will give you the tools that you need to use in order to get the word out online. See, that's what's been hurting us, especially in the network marketing industry. People get into network marketing and they don't know how to market whatever they have. They do it haphazardly. And so therefore they end up fizzling out because they can't sell the product or sell the service, or they can't keep people in. And so the attrition in the network marketing industry is atrocious. That's why people jump around from one program to another, because they don't know how to market it. Well, Acquisition Alliance has changed the game. They have disrupted the industry, and they've done it in a good way. Why do I say they've done it in a good way? Because now there's no competition. You don't have to compete with one another anymore. We have a true community now where everybody is inclusive. Every business, every program, every idea, and we can get it out to the masses. We have the tools to be able to do it. Where else can you go and get free training and free tools to do it with? We encourage you. Check out Acquisition Alliance. Okay? We are getting ready to change the world. Yes, I said it. Change the world. This little 14 Eagles community is getting ready to change the world. We're a catalyst to change the world. And the great thing is, we're not the only one trying to do this. We're not the only one trying to change the world. But it takes all of us to do it. So here we're doing our part. And I feel like what we have can really change a lot of lives. A lot of lives. Because everything we do, the money will follow. If we can focus in on building a community, I guarantee you the money will come almost effortlessly if we build the community. And the only way we can build a community is that you build your teams, you build your group, you build your community. And Acquisition Alliance is going to help us to do that. I'm not going to go over Acquisition Alliance and what all it has. We have a training class on Wednesdays for that, because Carolyn does a fantastic job of doing, helping people to understand how to market the program, Fund Me 24/7, how to get the word out about 14 Eagles, and how to use the tools in Acquisition Alliance. Okay, and that's to help out with the real school with Liesel and Coach Mark, that will teach you everything you need to know to market online, to reach people online, and and give you every tool that you need, tools that you would never be able to get otherwise. This is a powerful combination that we have here, and I hope you can see that. We're here to take the world by storm, but we're here to bring people in, not push people out, not to compete against one another. Okay? Now, just to show you real quick, I talked about Fund Me 24/7 and 14 Eagles coming together as a partnership. And look, to get involved with 14 Eagles and Fund Me 24/7, we're not trying to dig in people's pockets. Okay? Like I said, we're here to build a community. And with $16, anybody can get involved in 14 Eagles and Fund Me 24/7. Through Feed Me and 14 Eagles, it's a total of $16 to get involved. And it's all about gifts and contributions. And when you do that, that parlays you into other parts of the Fund Me 24/7 program. And so when you get involved with Feed Me, you're going to create a cause. Everybody has a cause that they're trying to fund. Your project, whatever that project may be. And you want to put that on your site. And when you bring 6 people in through Feed Me and fill a pod, that will generate $30 to start the Fund Me process. Very simple stuff. Don't make this hard. It's all about building a community. The money will take care of itself. $16 is not a lot of money. And when you get involved with Fund Me 24/7 and 14 Eagles, guess what? You're automatically getting involved in Acquisition Alliance. Because they have the free tools that you need to be able to promote our community. You follow me? And as they have it, Acquisition Alliance, when you upgrade to take part in all the tools that they have to offer, you can also make money in the Acquisition Alliance. So not only are they teaching you how to market and use the tools, but now they're going to give you the way to also make money through the school. I'm telling you, y'all just don't know what you got your hands on here. You don't understand the opportunity yet. When you get involved, you'll see. It'll start to come together for you. This is powerful stuff. See, have you ever heard of multiple streams of income? Well, you can get it through 14 Eagles and Fund Me and Acquisition Alliance. Go find out about the money train. Powerful stuff. Powerful stuff. So look, get with the person that invited you. Get with the person that showed you this video. Get back with them. If they're in 14 Eagles, let them know you want to get involved in 14 Eagles. Let them know you want to get involved. And get into Acquisition Alliance for free. And if you're in Fund Me 24/7, get with them. Let them know that you want to be involved in Fund Me 24/7. It doesn't cost $10 to get you in it. Money is not the excuse. So we know money is not the excuse here. It's just getting you to understand what this is all about. Get with Fund Me 24/7. If you're in Fund Me 24/7 and you're not involved in 14 Eagles and you don't know anyone in 14 Eagles, get with admin in Fund Me 24/7 and they will get you someone that will help you with 14 Eagles. And if you're in 14 Eagles and you don't know anyone in Fund Me 24/7, get with admin in 14 Eagles and they will get you someone to work with to get you into Fund Me 24/7. But everybody will be involved in Fund Me in Acquisition Alliance. Everybody. Because that's the glue that binds everything. I hope everybody can see this. I hope you really understand what I'm trying to say here. Sometimes I don't always articulate myself the right way. Because, you know, I get excited and I get, you know, it runs deep with me. Because I know what's getting ready to happen with this. Okay? And so I can get, it really, I really feel passionate about what we're doing here. And I want that to come across to you. Even if you don't understand everything that I say. This is powerful stuff. All right, so we're getting down at the end of the hour here, but I wanted to just give you the concept of what we're doing here. The money will come. Just learn and come do what you need to do. It's gonna happen. This is not overnight success here. You're gonna have to learn. You're gonna have to study. You're gonna have to make this a part of you. Because we're here to change lives. We're not here. This is not a hobby. We're here to literally change lives. So you got to be for real. Just because it's only $16 respectively, don't let that throw you. This is real stuff. Okay? So now what I want to do, I want to bring up my partner, Greg Phillips. He's been with me with 14 Eagles from the beginning. And this guy, I call him Mr. 14 Eagles because he inspires me. And we've made a commitment to make sure that 14 Eagles stayed around long enough so the people had a place to come to help themselves and to help others. And so he helped to do that. And so, Greg, I want to bring you out here and so you can close us out. Can you unmute? See if we can get him to unmute here. Can you unmute? Let me see. Where is he at? Uh-oh, did we lose him? We might have lost him. He might have got kicked out or something. Okay.
How about now? Can you hear me now, Brian?
Okay, there you go. There you go.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, I was on the wrong line. Sorry about that, guys. We just want to thank you again, first of all, for coming. And Brian, you did a very powerful job. We just hope everybody really gets the concept of what we're trying to do. Like Brian says, the money's going to come. This is not about the money. This is about really learning to work with each other. And like Brian said, if we come together and just, like I like to say, just help one person learn the system, learn how this works, and everything is going to fall in its place. And that's what we want everybody to understand. You can contact us here, as you can see, at our contact page. At our contact page here, where, if you want to get involved with the 14 Eagles platform, if you need help, anything like that there, we have a conference call number, which is 701. A conference call, not the conference call number, but the member service number, which I think is a very, very powerful thing that we have. And that number is 301-684-1216. You can call in, between the hours of 2 and 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the funny thing about our conference call number, our members only number, service number is, when people call and they leave a message and stuff like that they're very surprised that we actually get back to them. Because like Brian said, this is not about the money. This is about learning to come together, learning to grow, and we just want everybody to understand that. So as Brian said, we record these calls. We like to make sure we leave no stone left unturned in the 14 Eagles platform. So if your friends and family can't get here, make sure they get a way to get this information, because we feel that we have something very, very powerful here. And as Brian said, we've been doing this a very long time, holding up, the fort for a while so everybody can come together. And that's what we want you to understand. This is for real. It's a long-term goal. This is something that we all need in this day and time. With that being said, Brian, you have anybody you want to shout out to? Let them know that, we really appreciate what we're doing here with you guys. So, Brian, if you have anybody you'd like to shout out, please do.
Yeah, one person I do want to shout out to is Carolyn. Carolyn McTush. This lady has an unwavering commitment to do what she does, and I really appreciate her for what she does for Fund Me 24/7, and also for 14 Eagles. And she is very unselfish, and she tries to help as many people as she possibly can. And I really, really commend her attitude and her commitment to what she do. And people like her cannot be applauded more. Okay, there's not enough room to give her the accolades that she deserves. So I really want to shout out to her. But I also want to shout out to I don't know if he's on here or not. Melvin Robinson. You know, I've been working with him for the last couple of weeks, and he's really forged ahead. And I think Mr. Robinson is really going to do something in this community, and I think he's going to touch a lot of lives. And so I really commend his fortitude in sticking in and moving forward with us. Now I want to do something real quick that hasn't been done before. And let me go through here real quick and let's see if I can do this. I want to try to. Okay, I've got open right now. Anyone that's on the call, that's on the phone, you're listening in on the phone. You've been unmuted. Your last 4 digits is 2095. Who am I talking to here? Can you say something?
Jimmy.
It is Jimmy?
Yeah.
Jimmy. Jimmy, how you doing, Jimmy? Have I spoken to you before, Jimmy?
Yes, you have.
Yes, I have. Yeah, I remember your voice. Okay, good, Jimmy. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Great. Well, look, Jimmy. Look. This is what I want to do. Okay, and I want to do this. I want to do this live on the call while we're recording. Okay. What I want you to do is I want you to send an email to Control Tower. Okay. And I hope you can see it on the screen. Are you on the computer as well?
No, I'm not.
Or just on the phone. Okay. All right. Well, this is what I want you to do. If you get an opportunity, I want you to send an email to Control Tower at 14eaglesden.com.
Okay.
Control Tower at 14eaglesden.com. If you don't have a chance to write it down, you could just come to the website and go to the Contact Us page. Okay?
Okay.
And I want you to send me your Cash App ID.
Okay.
Okay? Because 14 Eagles wants to reward you just for coming to the call.
Really? Okay.
That's all, brother. We appreciate you and we thank you for taking the time out to come to the call. And I just picked somebody at random. I didn't know who you were. And I just picked somebody at random. And so I want you to send us your Cash App, and 14 Eagles will send you a gift. Okay? I'm not going to tell you what the gift is.
Right.
You can tell people later when you receive it. Okay?
Okay.
And all I want you to do, Jimmy, is just pay it forward to somebody. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
That's all I want you to do,
I have no
man.
problem with that.
All right. I appreciate you, man. I thank you for coming and taking the time out. You could have been anywhere else, but you came to the 14 Eagles webinar tonight, and I appreciate that.
Thank you. Appreciate you, too. Thanks.
Thank you so much. All right, y'all. This is what it's all about. We're here to help. We're here to change the world. We're here to change lives. Okay? And seeing the only way we can do that is to show up. That's it. You got to show up. You got to come to learn. You got to come to be serious, because changing lives is a hard job sometimes. It's hard. So we appreciate everybody that came tonight. So now what we're going to do, what we're going to make a habit of doing